Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another episode of College and Career Pathways, where every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 o'clock, we provide you with information on various colleges and universities, financial aid resources, technical schools, training programs, skilled trade professions, and career readiness skills, all designed to help you make the best career decisions possible. I'm Toni Cureton, your host, and today we are back with Michigan Schools and Government Credit Union in our financial literacy series. Colleen, welcome back. We're so glad to have you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me again. Glad to get some advice in before the Christmas break or the holiday break.
Absolutely. And today we're going to be talking about identity theft and how to protect yourself and spotting frauds and scams and all of that good stuff.
Yes, this week we're focusing on scams and frauds. Today, we're going to look at different types of scams that you hopefully don't fall for. And then we're going to continue with ways to prevent, hopefully, identity theft. So we do have our cute video first.
It had been a long night of working the case, with only the sound of the driving rain against my window keeping me company. I was about to call it a night when the dame walked in.
It's sunny and 11:30 in the morning.
She was sharp, and her hair was strangely orange, like a pumpkin with a $5 spray tan.
Hey, can you help me or not?
I could tell by the look in her eye, and by the way she had blatantly just asked me, that this dame needed my help. And by me, I mean Inspector Badger, scam detective.
Have you seen...
Oh, I've seen it all. Every scam and fraud imaginable. Unexpected money and winnings, buyer-seller fraud, fake charities, dating schemes, get-rich-quick operations, threats and extortion, and identity theft.
That looks very elaborate.
There's a whole world of scam artists out there, pumpkin hair.
It's Jen.
And I've devoted my life to sniffing out every last one of the scam bags behind these schemes. It's a tough case for anyone. And by anyone, I mean me. Inspector Badger, scam detective.
Can you walk me through some of these?
Unexpected money and winnings are the classics. The scammer reaches out to you, posing as a lawyer or a contest organizer, or sometimes as a deposed prince of Nigeria. Then he gives you the good news. You've won a prize, or you've got an inheritance coming your way.
Oh?
But there's a complication.
Oh no.
You need to pay a fee or a lottery tax, or provide some personal banking information in order to claim the money. So you pay up, and then guess what?
No prize?
You're lucky if the scammer just takes the payment and runs. I've seen him empty out entire bank accounts before.
No prize.
If something seems too good to be true, it probably is. When it comes to buying and selling, the internet is a minefield of fake seller profiles.
Fake selling histories, fake reviews, fake products?
There are imposters all the way down the chain. Speaking of imposters, some of these scoundrels will go as low as impersonating or inventing charities, especially in the wake of a major disaster.
Ugh, that's gross.
Speaking of gross, in dating schemes, the scammer will pose as a love interest and build an emotional bond with his or her target. Then, suddenly, the new sweetheart asks for gifts, travel fare, or financial help with an emergency. The money gets transferred, the profile gets deleted, and the sweetheart disappears without a trace, leaving the target broke and broken-hearted. And once you're broke, you start getting desperate, which makes you an easy mark for job placement scams, pyramid schemes, and other get-rich-quick operations.
That's so scary.
You want scary? Threats and extortion are all about fear! The scammer will often pose as an authority figure and threaten arrest or harm unless the target coughs up the cash. Ransomware falls under extortion too. A hacker will hold computer files hostage and insist you pay up. Last but not least, we have identity theft. Whether it's through a data breach or impersonating others, scammers will try to extract your personal information. That info can then be sold to other scammers or used to access bank accounts, to claim government services, or to build convincing profiles in order to enact other nefarious schemes.
How is it even possible to protect yourself from all of this?
Scams are always evolving and becoming more sophisticated, but there are some common elements. Scammers want you to act before you have time to think. They use intimidation, timing, and scarcity to pressure you into responding a certain way. If something doesn't seem right, don't move forward, don't provide any information, don't click that link. Instead, pause, investigate, give your brain a chance to catch up. So, what do we got? My gut says a textbook unexpected winning scam.
Huh? Oh, I was actually just looking for the optometrist. I guess I had the wrong floor.
Oh, the encounter had been the result of a fateful mix-up. But that did not deter me. And by me, I mean Inspector Badger. Oh, she's gone. Inspector Badger? I won. Well, I don't remember entering a contest. No, you're probably right. Ready for my credit card number?
Okay, so that's cute little examples of some scams. So he named off a whole bunch of them, and he could keep going. There's even more, but these are just some of the most common scams that we run into. 82 seconds. It takes about 82 seconds for someone to fall victim to a scam. And like he said, it's the timing, it's intimidation, it's act before you think. It's something that all happens quickly. And I don't know what happened. It all just happened so quickly. We're thinking slow. And knowing that it's this often that it happens, we really have to watch out. Scams are designed to trigger a response. If they simply walk up and say, you owe me some money. No, you don't. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. It's just a matter of opinion. But if they walk up and say, you're going to be arrested if you don't pay me this money, you know, suddenly the stress and the urgency, arrested. I don't want to be arrested. So keep in mind, scams in general feed on the fact that they want you to make a quick decision before you even have time to think about it. Whoops, excuse me. We're going to look at spotting the warning signs that something could be a common scam. And you say, oh, well, I'm young, I don't have any money. Who would scam a teenager? Lots of people, because you just literally don't have experience out in the world, coming across people, getting offers, paying bills. So it might be pretty easy to get you to fall for something or agree to something. They're, I don't want to say scared, but, you know, to respect your elders, you know, authority, you know, yes, what you want to do, whatever someone tells us to do. Oh, you're angry at me. Oh, I don't want you angry at me. I need to fix that. So some of these things are actually real red flags to look out for. Oops. So unexpected money is the first one mentioned. Unexpected money, young people, the teens will probably see less than the unexpected winnings. It's basically the same concept. I've seen scholarships, especially, congratulations, you won this scholarship. And I don't remember applying for that scholarship, but I applied for a whole bunch of scholarships. So, you know, great. Or, you know, maybe my mom applied for me, you know, but great, I've got money. Why ask questions? They say they're giving me money, right? So you've won this contest, you've won this scholarship. and we're going to deposit the money directly into your account. We just need some of your account information. Keep in mind, no scholarship will put the money in your account, will hand the money to you as a person. Different contests, raffles, sure. But a scholarship is always paid directly to the school. So you still get the credit for it, but it's not that we give it to you and you give it to the school. I'd say in almost all situations, the money goes directly to the school. So if this winning or scholarship is trying to put the money into your account or trying to get access to your specific information, no, that's a scam. Same thing if you won a contest. I've seen a lot of these, you won $1,000, and as soon as you send the $50 release payment, we'll send you the $1,000. Or you won, you just need to pay shipping and handling. It's going to be $50 shipping and handling because it's a certified check that needs to be signed, making something up. You should not ever have to pay money to receive free money. If you've won free money, that should be the end of the sentence, right? If they say, well, you have to pay $10, that's the catch, right? When people say, what's the catch? What's the catch? What's the thing you kind of don't want me to know? What's the hard part for this? In order to claim this prize or this money, the money, you got to provide bank account information or PIN numbers. Never, ever do that. Someone you don't know or someone you do know. The next one we're looking at is buyer-seller fraud. This one definitely will come up with, teens, college students, trying to get things cheaper, buying things off Facebook Marketplace, rather than, going to a brand new department store, trying to get things secondhand. Well, I'll just buy my friend's old TV instead of going to Best Buy to get a new one. And unfortunately, you hear a lot about puppy scams of people putting out, oh, we just had a litter of puppies. They're $500 each. Please come meet us here. And people steal the puppies, or the person who pretends they have puppies just collects the money and never delivers the dog. And those are especially heartbreaking because you're so excited you're getting this little puppy, or you're thinking that this puppy is going to a good home, and someone just, there's 3 people in the car that come to meet you. One hits you in the head, one takes the dog, and it's all over with. So be very careful when you meet up, whether it's whether it's Facebook Marketplace, whether it's just online, something you saw on like Next, like an app. If you're going to meet them in a very public place, a mall parking lots, a police station parking lot, city hall parking lot, not, oh, this place is closed, so they'll have plenty of room. No, let's go somewhere that's open. Bring someone with you always, even if you're, oh, well, I could bring my sister, but what's my sister going to do? She can't beat anyone up. Well, we're not looking for someone to beat people up. We're looking for a witness, a corroborator, someone who can help, someone who can, be holding something while you're holding something else. You got to be prepared for anything, unfortunately. I know someone who bought a laptop online off someone, and you're going to go meet them, pick it up. They exchanged the money, gave him the laptop. He said, oh, I only can stop for a minute. I just have a minute. So quick, give me the money. I'll quick give you the laptop, and then I got to go. Okay. Why so fast? Well, because it was a big rock that was in the box. It was a rock. So it's kind of heavy, feels like a laptop. There was no laptop in the box. but they trusted. You trust people. Why would this person lie to me? Why would this person try to scam me? They seemed so nice on the phone. They seemed so nice online. Always check the item, open the box, do not hand over the money so you have the item. Sometimes Etsy or Facebook, you got to pay me first, and then I will mail you the item, or then I will drive over and you can come pick up the item, and the number's disconnected, or they say, sorry, someone else already purchased it, but you can't get your money back. You've probably seen, there's a lot of like memes and stuff of people who buy things online and then they get something that's really nothing like what they thought they were getting. A dress that kind of looks nothing like it. It's terrible quality. Like he said, if it seems too good to be true, this is a beautiful dress on sale for $12.95. Wow, I can't believe it. Why is that dress $12.95? It's not because it's a beautiful ball gown. Be very wary. Read reviews, not just the top couple. You know, if it has a 4-point, but there's some bad ones, click on the 1-star. Read what they were before you even take your TV to get repaired somewhere. Read the reviews. Has anyone had issues with this TV repairman? Switching out items. Oh, I thought you wanted this one. No, I said I wanted, the laptop. Oh, well, I just brought, the mouse. I thought you wanted the mouse. Well, I gave you $500. Well, sorry, I just have the mouse. I already sold the laptop. There's a lot of buyer-seller fraud, and you got to be very careful because a lot of that is done in cash. It's done in Venmo, which is immediate, and you can't get it back. If you write someone a check or if you send them an electronic check, you can put a stop payment on it. But when you use those, person-to-person payment methods, it's real time and that money is gone. All right, we'll go to the next slide. Well, as I'm trying to make it work, the next slide is fake charities, which, I mean, could there be anything worse? Shame on you. A lot of times there'll be phone calls, hi, I'm calling on behalf of, this injured warriors, or supporting the police or supporting the animals. There's some sob story where you feel bad. You need to give some money. Oh, there we go. Finally. You're contacted saying, perhaps, oh, you've made donations in the past. Your family's made donations in the past, which is probably a lie. We just want $5. We just want $5. So if you could provide us your card number, your debit card number or your credit card number over the phone, we'll go ahead and take care of that. I had a call long ago. It was calling for a charity, would like a donation. And in theory, I was fine. I said, yeah, okay, just send me, a bill and I'll pay it. And they said, oh, no, we want to do it right now. We only accept, cards. So we need your card over the phone. I've never, ever donated by giving my personal information over the phone. No, I'll be happy to give you the money, but just send me the information. Where do I send it to? What is it going for? When I see that, I will mail you the money. And they just absolutely would not. It wasn't possible. We need your money now. And finally, I just said, okay, well, then I'm sorry, goodbye. Because once they have those numbers, that's all they need, right? You can go online, you can order online, you can order tons of stuff with someone's credit card number or debit card number. You don't need to physically have it. You just need the number. So never give out, all of that information. I need your credit card number and the expiration date and the, security code on the back. Absolutely not. Do not provide that. Sometimes they'll look very much like existing charities, ones that are trusted. So you kind of don't think twice about it because you're like, oh, this is the ASPCA. I know the ASPCA, but it's actually the APSCA, and it's a fake charity, but you just look at it quickly and you're like, oh, ASPCA. You've got to be really clear. You've got to read. You've got to be sure your money's going to the right place. When people are out with their bells collecting money, feel free to give, but make sure it's an actual Salvation Army. Make sure it's going to the right place. And this is really harsh because you're trying to help people and people end up stealing from you. Dating schemes. This one is much less likely for the younger audience, but has become, unfortunately, very popular, very common with the older demographic, people my age, my parents' age, people divorced or widowed, and they're looking to find someone. They're looking online. I've already dated people in this town, and lots of people date online. Tons of people are meeting online. That's fine. That's common, right? And people find someone, usually abroad, somewhere in a different country, and they have this great job. They're just so perfect. They love you. They shower you with affection, and you fall in love because who wouldn't? And then it comes, oh, baby, I'm in a tight spot. I really need $5,000. Oh, well, honey, of course, whatever you need, here's your $5,000. Little time passes. Oh, honey, oh my gosh, it happened again. My liquid assets are tied up in things and I need money right now. Oh, okay. I'll give you some more. And it goes on and on and on. And think about any normal relationship. I let you borrow some money. You let me borrow some money. I'll buy you dinner. You buy me dinner. That's not uncommon. Just giving someone you love some money is not an issue. But when it becomes extremely one-sided, you've never asked for money. They've never tried to pay you back. They've never offered to pay you back. They just have more and more reasons why they need more money. And this is really hard on the family members of that person, because it gets to a point where they figure out what's going on. There's unfortunately lots of documentaries or 48 hours, 60 minutes on situations where, a woman was falling in love and her children were, Mom, this is a scam. This is a scam. And she's just so adamant. How dare you? This man loves me. And okay, you're in love. This has been going on for like a year, maybe 2 years. At this point, I don't want to admit that it might be fake. I've put so much into this relationship, and I've believed and I've defended and I've provided so much money that it can't possibly be a scam. You're too deep, right? You're too far in to accept that this might have been a mistake. And the more other people try to convince you that it is a scam, sometimes the harder they dig in to try to prove to other people that it's not a scam. And it's terrible. It's heartbreaking because the person who thought someone really cared about them, that person's not there. They don't exist. They thought that their hard-earned money was going towards a good cause, and it's gone. And just this relationship with your family is changed, is damaged. You don't trust people anymore. going after the older crowd, they've got retirement. You know, I know you've got retirement. I know you've got money saved away. You know, I can get it back to you. If you can just pull from your 401k, I promise to pay you back. You know, they have these pretty good chunks of money that, well, if it's an emergency, I guess I'll give you some. Now let's take this down a little bit more to like a teen college level. It could be someone just wants to date you and get you to spend money. You know, unfortunately, maybe a female says, oh, take me to dinner, buy me some clothes. Oh, I really like you. You know, let's go out next Saturday, buy me some dinner. Let's go to a movie, buy me some more clothes. How about some makeup? And kind of like, does she really like me, or is she literally just trying to get me to spend money on her? If it's a relationship that, again, one-sided, well, I don't have a job. It's good that you support me, or as long as you're there for me. Well, it's not your job to support someone else. Expensive gifts, expensive travel. When you are, how is the phrase? They make you feel bad. You know, what do you mean you won't travel to see me? What do you mean you won't pay me this money? You don't love me? You don't care about me? What, you've done it before. What's different now? You've always given me the money. Why now suddenly it's different? And that's pretty convincing, right? Well, I did do it before. I mean, I believed him then. So the heart wants what the heart wants, and it can be very hard to recognize a bad situation, whether money is involved or not. But don't believe at first glance. And unfortunately, scammers put a lot of time and effort into making something look real. You know, Photoshop. I can Photoshop a picture of, you know, me holding up a sign that says, you know, hi, Tony. And you're like, oh, well, that's definitely real. There's her holding up a sign with my name on it. You can easily do that in Photoshop. There's all kinds of stock photos. People pretend that they're going on trips. They ask for donations. I'm going on a mission trip. I'm going on this trip to help people in Guatemala, you know, please donate to this. And then they have this whole fake green screen, you know, here I am building a house, and really they never left the apartment. So it can be hard to spot. So just asking questions. Does it seem one-sided? If this person really loves you, really cares, they would be falling all over themselves to pay you back because of how much they appreciate everything you've done for them. And if that's not happening, then there's definitely something wrong. Get rich quick schemes. Now this one is as old as time. If you think back to, you know, 1800s, of the, you know, the miracle cure, you know, this elixir will cure everything that ails you, and they sell a bunch of them and then move on to the next town. And they've hired someone to get up and say, wow, I drank this elixir and now I can walk again. I feel great. And that's proof. So people are like, I want to buy this elixir, and it doesn't do anything. Let me be clear. It's not a cure-all. And move on to the next town. You know, snake oil, that phrase, you know, a snake oil salesman they're trying to sell something amazing. And this is a once in a lifetime chance. And really, it's nothing. They're just passing through till they get to the next person. So along those lines, there are still a lot of get rich quick schemes, a lot of startup businesses. You know, hey, if you invest $500 in this, you know, business course, you will definitely start a business. If you invest $1,000 in this, you know, small business webinar, then you'll get the help from experts, and we'll help you set up your business. Someone that says, job placements. Unfortunately, I've seen this kind of counts under the get rich quick, because I've seen, and I've had that happen to a friend of mine, job offerings that are really like too good to be true, that seem too good to be true. I know people get to work remote and, you know, everything's expensive, so people might be earning a little more, but this particular job was for a photographer, and it was for $50 an hour. And it also said, we're going to give you $5,000 to order equipment, because we need you to have this very specific kind of equipment. And here's the website where you order this equipment from. And they wanted this person to order the equipment to get ready for the job before they had even started. And it's, you know, if you're not really paying attention, you're like, this is amazing. $50 an hour. You're going to give me money to buy supplies. This is perfect. Well, a little more digging, and $50 an hour, really $50 an hour? That's a lot of money. That's a very large amount of money. And why do I need to get the photography equipment from this specific place? This specific, I've never heard of them before. This is not, you know, Best Buy. Well, it's because they're giving you the $5,000. They want you to spend $5,000. You're never going to get any of that equipment, and the job doesn't exist. This person had a phone interview, actually, and it was like 10 minutes. And they even said, they're like, that was so weird. It was so short. They barely asked me anything. Boom. Suspicious. You go to a job interview and they kind of don't really care. You're just a body. You're just, you know, a butt in a seat. Sure, you'll do. Why are you taking anybody off the street? Either the job is terrible and you can't keep anyone and they keep leaving, or this is a scam and this isn't, you know, a real position. People who say, hey, if you give me $500 for my landscaping business, at the end of the summer, I'll give you $2,000. You know, any situation where all I need you to do is provide this small amount of money, and very quickly, you'll receive a lot of money in return. Who wouldn't want that, right? Sounds great. Same thing of, hey, you won a scholarship, you know, hey, I'm going to sell you this laptop for only $50. You know, if it sounds too good to be true, you got to check it out. Even if it doesn't, you know, maybe let's just say this was a hour long interview. Well, let me rephrase that. If this is a scam, which it was, they wouldn't bother to take the time to do an hour-long interview, right? That's just a waste of time. All I need you for is to get you to spend some money, and then I'm going to cut off communication with you and move on to the next person. So spending that much time on the phone, allowing you to ask me questions, ask about the business, I can't have that. I can't have that. So certainly, if any job is very, you know, close-mouthed about, you know, what's going on at the job, what they're going to do, don't do it. Don't do it. Yeah, or even investment money for job placement services, or sometimes I had a job. I was a teenager, and it was, we need you to work for a week for free because you're training, and then we'll pay you, you know, once you've been trained. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. Sure. You know, I have to learn what I'm doing first. Hindsight, looking back, eventually I figured out that was not a real company, but no company is going to ask you to work for free for 5 days, or say that that's the standard. That's what everybody does. That's what all of our employees do. No, nope. You are worth your money. You and your time are worth something, are valuable. Threats and extortion. This also can really be any age, and it can go from an arrest, very common. Unfortunately, it's extremely common. Well, here at MSGCU, I hear about it a lot. A grandmother, grandpa, either goes to the drive-through, goes to a branch and says, I need $10,000. I need $10,000 in cash. Or I need $7,000. I need $15,000. I need a very large amount of money in cash. And they're all worked up. And of course, on our end, we're like, oh, that's a large amount of cash. Are you sure you want that in cash? You don't want a cashier's check. You don't want, what is this for? Oh, my grandson is in jail. My grandson's been arrested, and this is for the lawyer. The lawyer called me, and I have to meet him and give him this money. Really, the lawyer wants cash, not like a paper trail that you've paid them. What's their name? Why don't we give them a call? Oh, I don't know their name. They just said to meet them, at this location. And we said, why don't you come in the office? Let's call your grandson, or let's call your granddaughter. And hello, hi, grandma. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly fine. It's so common because the grandparents are the ones who are assumed to have the money. They said to call you because you're the only one in the family that has $10,000. So he told me to call you, or he told me to call you because he knew yours favorite, or you would always help him out. He said you'd always be there for him, something like that. The fact that it has to be in cash is very suspicious. Sometimes it's also been wire the money, or you have to wire the money. No, anything that is immediate, wiring money or like Venmo, that's immediate. You hand over cash, you hand it over the cash. Often let me back up. They'll get a call from the police station sometime claiming they're the police. I need you to come. I need you to pay this money. Otherwise we won't, release the person. Thousands and thousands of dollars. Police stations are not going to accept cash. Police stations are not going to ask you to bring thousands of dollars in cash. And they're not really in a hurry. They're not going to call you and say, you need to get down here as soon as possible with this money. On your end, as the grandparent who has the money, who wants to help, who believes, the person on the phone they claimed that they were a deputy, or they were a lawyer who'd already spoken to the deputy. They sounded like they knew what they were talking about. And it's just, I hate to think of the times when it's happened. I mean, some of those people have had to slip through the cracks. There has to be people who've handed over that $10,000, that $7,000 for no reason. Their grandchild or whoever they thought was in jail is perfectly fine. You have to contact that person. If they don't answer, that's not good enough. That doesn't mean they're in jail. More checking. What jail? Why am I meeting you at a parking lot, nowhere near the police station? If anything sounds off. I've seen you have a debt. This is the police calling, your collections haven't been paid, and if you don't pay it, we're going to come arrest you. And you're like, oh my God, I don't want to be arrested. So yes, what do I have to do? That's a common one. I probably shared, if it's a company who's threatening to shut off your services. if it's DTE or Consumers Energy, you know, we never got your last payment. We have a a maintenance guy, a clinic guy coming over to unhook your cable, to, you know, turn off your water, to turn off your heat. But we were giving you this last chance to pay, or, you know, we didn't get your bill and you're about to be turned off. If you pay this much, we'll turn it back on. There's an extra fee for a rushed turn on. Any of those things, you're thinking to yourself, really, I could have sworn I paid my light bill. Usually I pay my light bill. Huh, something must have happened with the mail. No. If DTE is calling and saying, we have someone coming over right now to shut your water, you know, shut your electricity off, you need to pay over the phone right now. And you need to pay, it was like over $200 when my normal bill is like $50. So nothing in that conversation sounded right. They were transferring me back and forth to different people. You couldn't get an answer out of any one person. That, let me put you with this person. Let me put you with this person. If you're not getting answers, it's not clear, don't do it. And again, if really anyone's asking you for money over the phone for almost any reason, 99% of the time, you're going to say no. I mean, if it's a good friend asking for money, well, then you can Venmo them on your phone. You're not going to give them your information. You'll say, yeah, come over, come pick up the money. I'm not going to give you my debit card over the phone. Threats and extortion. A teacher I worked with, she had a situation. She told me her daughter was on the computer and all of a sudden this screen pops up of, you know, your screen, your computer is locked and you can't access anything unless you contact this number and pay this much. And, you know, then we'll get the computer going again. And otherwise, it'll look like you have these, you know, illegal files and illegal things on your computer. And of course they're like, whoa, what happened? Where did this come from? And the computer doesn't work and they had to call the cops, make a police report. Oh my goodness. It's just, and in that case, she didn't do anything. She was just, she was just typing on her computer. You gotta watch out. You gotta watch out. It's really sad to say that it's so common, but think of all of the channels that scammers are using. You know, they're emailing you scams. We see with like spelling errors or from like Gmail, you know, phone calls for charity, phone calls, someone's been arrested. Facebook, you know, fake Facebook profiles, fake, dating profiles. There's just fake job interviews. There's so many different channels that it can go through that if you're kind of only paying attention or really focusing on your email, you might miss something. And people get scammed. Very, very smart people get scammed. And it's because they prey on your emotion, and we'll prey on your emotion, like the arrest, like the getting shut off, your cable's getting shut off, your electricity's getting shut off. Oh, what do I do to keep it from getting shut off? I have to solve this problem. So you want to fix it before you really have time to stop and think about, well, I'm really sure I paid that bill. This amount of money doesn't make sense. Why are they calling me on a weekend? You know, you don't stop and think about all of that. Identity theft is someone is, you know, they take your card, your debit card or credit card. They go to buy things with it. They use your personal information to apply for a loan. They may use your personal information to go to the doctor, you know, try to use your insurance. There's really terrible. Someone will use your name to set up electricity for a house or set up cable, you know, in your name, because as long as they know your birthday, you know, they've got your social security number somehow, They've got your mom's maiden name. I mean, just that information alone can probably get you into some places. Passwords, don't use super simple passwords that they can figure out. Don't use the same password for everything. I wanted to mention also with the threats and extortion, the authority figure. This happens a lot with younger people or younger people on the job. Someone, you know, from higher up in the company is calling and I need you to send me this right now. And you're like, of course. Yes, I need to send this to you. Or somebody made a mistake. Why didn't I receive this information? You know, send me this information. And because it sounds like you're in trouble, you know, you don't want to be in trouble and you don't want to do bad at your job. So you just send it, or you do what they ask, or oh, this is payroll and we need you to provide your banking information again for some reason. If someone is the timing, I need a specific kind of money, a specific kind of payment. I need it now. I need it now, right now. You can't think about it. You can't write me a check. You can't go home and get your wallet. I need the money right now. And it's very emotional. Is there an emotion? Is it you're going to lose something? You're going to lose a person. You're going to lose your job. If something is pressuring you, that's enough. Those are 3 red flags. Do they want a specific type of payment? Do they need it right now? And are they trying to use authority? Is it trying to threaten with taking something away from you? You're going to be arrested. You are not going to be arrested if you don't pay your bills. There are consequences for not paying your bills. There are definitely consequences, but going to jail or being arrested is not one of them. So if the collections department were going to come arrest you because you didn't pay this bill, no, not going to happen. Identity theft, I'm going to focus more on the next time we meet. There's a whole section on identity theft. So what to do if you're targeted. So maybe you have a friend who it happened to, or you heard about someone on the news, and keep your ears open, because the scams come in cycles. You know, there'll be a whole bunch of DTE, we're shutting your electricity off, and a bunch of people get scammed, and then people get hip to it, so they skip that, and then they go to a different kind of scam, and then people start realizing that that's a scam. So listen to the news. On our MSGCU website, we have a whole protect yourself page, lists common scams, what are the newest scams, what are things we've come across, fake checks. We've received some fake corporate checks. So if you have been scammed, again, it's not the end of the world. It happens to everyone. It's infuriating. And you think back, and hindsight is 20/20, but all you can do is try to do better next time, is try to say it out loud, okay, you want me to send you $10,000 in cash and meet you. Okay, this doesn't make sense as I'm saying it. Make sure you make a police report. I understand the police are not going to get your $20 back, but they need to know that you were scammed. They need to know that in your area, at this address, this type of scam, was run, or someone came to the door and tried to scam me. I just wanted to let you know, because how are they going to try and stop it? They need to create a pattern. They need everybody's information, and people are embarrassed. People are embarrassed to admit that they got scammed, embarrassed to admit they lost money. I understand that. You've got to report it to the police, report it to Internet Crime Complaint Center. Federal Trade Commission. There are so many resources on Michigan.gov website, Michigan.gov, Attorney General, Consumer Protection Bureau. There are updates, ways you can report your scam. If possible, collect all documentation you can. You know, write down those phone numbers they called. You know, maybe save that email, or you know, write down what they're telling you on the phone, because you might forget. Try to have as much detail as possible. You know, if you have a couple phone numbers, but these people have a couple names, and well, maybe these people have some ID numbers, you know, maybe with all of that information, they can track and find these scammers. Alert companies. So for instance, if DTE calls to shut off your electricity and you realize this is clearly a scam, go ahead and give DTE a call and say, hey, I just wanted to let you know I received this call. Someone is saying that they're from DTE, and you know, let them know that they don't want that to happen. They don't want people to think, you know, that the company's trying to scam them. I actually received, oh, I wonder if I deleted it. I hope not. I screenshotted it. Oh, here it is. All right, let's see if I can get it. It's a text. And it's saying, oh, this is an MSGCU fraud alert. I work at MSGCU. I'm like, oh my goodness, an MSGCU fraud alert on my Visa credit card. These are the last 4 digits of my credit card. MSGCU did not send this. I knew, and I know that MSGCU did not send this, and I screenshotted it to be like, wow, this, if I was anybody else, this looks just like it came from us. It says we need to review your transactions. If you're able to verify, reply yes. If not, reply no, and we'll contact you later. So even if you reply no, they still know that you read it and you're worried, and they'll contact you later. So I hate to say ignore. We'll just ignore fraud alerts. That's not what I'm saying. But instead of replying to this text, call MSGCU. Call MSGCU. Hey, I just got this fraud alert for my card. Do you see anything? Go to the original source. You get a text from Chase. You get a text from your Kohl's saying your Kohl's card has been compromised. Call the 1-800-KOHLS number on the back of your card. Do not call the number in the text. So there's, excuse me. Tell your friends, tell people. And again, it's embarrassing, but you don't want it to happen to others. You know, hey, if you receive a call, you know, from DTE, know that that's a scam. You know, hey, actually, I got a voicemail from them. I was going to call them back. Don't. You know, you want to share the information and keep other people from getting scammed. Tips for staying scam proof, because this is something you're going to have to keep alert for literally for the rest of your life. Buy some time. Again, in stressful situations, they're trying to get you to make snap decisions, quick. Take time. Say, oh, I'm sorry, there's someone at the door. I have to answer the door. Or, oh, I have another call on the other line. Whatever. Stop and think about it. You know, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I had myself on mute for a while, because you're just thinking. Stop and think. Even if, let's say this person actually is in jail. Let's say your electricity actually is being shut off. Another few minutes isn't going to make a difference. Another 5-10 minutes on the phone isn't going to change anything, right? DTE doesn't need your money within the next 5 minutes. DTE will take your money within the next hour, 2 hours, whatever. Stop, pause. If someone else is around and hey, someone's calling me and asking about, to donate to this police foundation. Do you think, hand the phone to me, or, hand the phone to someone else. Stop and think. Stop. Does this make sense? Does every part of this make sense? Not just one part. Slow down. And again, that's what happens when these people go, I need $10,000 cash. Well, let me ask you a few questions. I don't have time for a few questions. No, you have time for a few questions. Who are you supposed to give this money to? What's his name? What's his phone number? You don't know the name or phone number of this person? How do you know you're giving it to the right person? Talk to people. Use the address bar. This is something that's more in the identity theft realm, but get in the habit of visiting websites directly instead of links in the emails. You need to pay your Kohl's bill. Click here to pay it. It very well might be a valid link, but 100% you can just go to Kohls.com and pay. You can go to DTE and pay. If it's, really clicking on any link in an email it's better off just starting at the beginning. If they say Kohls.com/ blah, 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 blah. Well, let's start with Kohls.com and let's work in pieces. Do not, if you're on public Wi-Fi, you're out working at a coffee shop or you're just at a library and it's Wi-Fi, but it's public Wi-Fi. You don't want to be doing any of your banking. You don't want to be, really doing your private business on a public Wi-Fi. Save that for when you're at home. You can write some emails, say hi to people, watch a video, but when it's public, unsecured, you don't want anyone to be looking at anything on your computer. Cross-reference, verify a company's identity, like the DTE. Okay, can you tell me what your main address is? Can you tell me where you're located right now? I'm going to do a search, try to search online as you're talking to them. Oh, actually, I see my bank statement that my check cleared last month, so you must have the wrong person. Verify. Don't take their word for it. Well, I guess something must have happened. No, hang up, call, either log on to your banking, log on to the mobile app, call. I wrote a payment to DTE on this day. Was it received? Oh, it was. If it's a charity company on the phone, instead of just giving money, tell me more information. How long have you been founded? Where can I find more information about you? Are you 501c3? Ask questions. If they don't like to answer questions, if it's an unlisted phone number, if they don't want you to contact them. A lot of times you say, oh, well, I'll call you back, or let me do this. I'll call. No. You can't call us back. No, you can't call us back. Well, why not? So cross-reference what they're telling you. They say you didn't pay a bill. They say we've contacted you 7 times in email and you haven't responded, and now you owe 3 times as much. Well, let me just quick scroll through. Yeah, no, I don't have a single email from you. Before you agree or comply, verify. And if you can't, it's a scam. It's a scam. And let's see. What if it's real? What if I don't pay them and they do shut off my electricity? Then you give them the money and they turn it back on. It's not the end of the world. That is a much better situation than losing $200. You should rather say, okay, go tell them they're welcome to come over and shut it off. And, I'll call back when they leave. Either A, they're never going to show up because they weren't going to in the first place, or wow, this was a real call and they really did show up to shut it off. Okay, now I'm going to give you money. See? Device advice. And again, this is a little more of the identity theft, but people have their phones out. People are holding their phones, typing, texting, leaving it on a desk. There's a lot of information, I can maybe see some friends' names. Every time I walk by, I can pick up a little more information. And then suddenly I walk up, are you Colleen? Yeah, you're friends with Fred. Yeah, I remember you. And you're like, I don't remember this person. Yeah, remember we met? Oh, man, I got a flat tire out here. Is there any way you can give me a ride? And you're like, no, but he supposedly knows me. People shoulder surfing, looking, trying to read what you're writing, trying to see what you're typing. No. Using your mobile app to do banking. Again, are you on public Wi-Fi or are you on your own Wi-Fi or your company Wi-Fi? Be careful when you put information in. If you're on Amazon and you're ordering something, putting in your credit card number, don't be on a public Wi-Fi. It's these things you don't think about until it's a problem, right? So that's why I do this, to try to prevent as many as possible. Text messages is definitely the new scamming channel. Reply here to get this, reply here to make a payment, reply here to verify your information. Don't respond, contact the original company. All right, that is a brief overview of some of the different scams that are most popular right now. Ms. Cureton, can you think of any questions or comments that I haven't covered?
You did. Great job. Presentation excellent as always. Just want to interject that especially when you were referring to utility companies contacting you about immediate payment. One of the first things you need to recognize, especially if you stay on top of your bills and create budgets for yourself, you know exactly who you owe and how much you owe money, for. And so therefore, you can't be taken unawares. No one can say to you, oh, pay this money, when you know that you pay it, And I do understand that sometimes you can be caught, because so many things are going on and, your mind is not focused. But just remember, as Colleen said, pause, hit the pause button. If it's for real, people will wait. And the offer will be available, If they're going for the immediate, that's the biggest warning sign to hit the brakes on it and say, you know what? No, let me think about this. Call me back. Oh, well, this offer is going to be over with. Okay, well, next time, Just to bring that to a point, there were some shoes I wanted to order from Macy's last month, and I didn't want to pay regular price. So, they've had several sales, and so they had a sale, and I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I can get them now. And then I looked and I said, maybe they'll go down even more. And so I let the sale slip and I missed it. But sure enough, Black Friday came around and they were on sale again. And that's the whole point. If it is for real, if it is legitimate, it will definitely be available to you and for you later on. It doesn't have to be immediate. And I'm not saying that Macy's was pressuring me, but I'm just sharing that if you will put brakes on immediate gratification and give yourself an opportunity to focus and think clearly, you will increase your chances of not being taken advantage of, you know? So with that being said, if there aren't any other questions or comments, we will bring this to a close and we will see you all next time.
Right.
Thanks so much, Colleen. Thanks.
Have a wonderful day.
You guys have a great day.